Let's do some weekend wondering. On Saturday, the Brewers will still be in the Big Apple with Nestor Cortes going against his former team. And Max Fried, he's also making his first start with the Yankees. So which is the more intriguing debut, Cortes or Fried?
I'm going to go with Nestor Cortes. I think just the chance that you have, how crazy is this that you trade him to Milwaukee? It's almost like you said, we're going to go ahead and match him up against us on the first series of the year, but you trade him there, and now you're facing your former team. The way it ended with the whole bullpen, the starting rotation, back to the bullpen, bring him out in game one of the World Series, he gives up the grand slam and all that kind of stuff. So for me, I think he's probably inside, has a lot to prove against his former team. So this is a really, really intriguing
I think he's hyped up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You face your former team, you're always hyped up.
Hey, there's no doubt about it.
Opening weekend?
Yeah, it's what it's all about. I'm going to go with Max Fried because of just the pressures of $218 million. When I say pressures, it's just a lot of people throw the salary up, but this kid has dominated Atlanta. He's a great pitcher. With the losses of Hill and obviously Garrett Cole, I think the Yanks need Max, so this is a big start. Yankee fans, get on his side immediately. You're going to need him. And don't get so crazy if things don't go right. You saw last night Williams in there through 35-plus pitches. You felt like they were a hit away from tying this game up or losing this game, and the boos were coming. I'm like, will you stop and open arms to your people? This is day one. We don't need boos as a home player. You know, it hurts our feelings. It's a tough game.
Did it hurt your feelings?
It hurt my feelings when they booed me.
Yeah, nobody likes being booed. I can somewhat handle it on the road. Like when you know you're going to get booed when you go to Philly and you're going to get booed in some place. But like, I don't like it.
No, I cried.
I forget who I was talking. It might have been Jake Peavy who said that he loved when he got booed.
Well, yeah, he talked to himself.
No, on the road.
He's out there yelling. He yells at himself on the mound.
When they boo you at home, though, it hurts your feelings. I mean, it hurts your feelings. I'm in the air, and also I got booed at Fenway. I'm like, oh God, okay, well, what do you do? So I cried. You know, I cried there, and I saw the signs that say Mallory Buckner on the road. That doesn't bother me. At home, you feel like that's family. All right, I don't know. I thought it was sad. It was very sad. I was scared.
Okay, well, let's go to more pitching.
Okay.
Who is going to look most like their old self? Justin Verlander, who makes his Giants debut on Saturday against Cincinnati, or Jacob deGrom, who faces Boston on Sunday, or Max Scherzer, who makes his Toronto debut on Saturday against the Orioles. This is tough.
I'm going to go with Jacob deGrom because I got a soft spot for him. Listen, this guy has gone through 2 Tommy John surgeries. It is not fun when you're on the disabled list. People walk around, rock by you. You're just rehabbing. There's some lonely nights. People go, oh, yeah, he's getting paid. Has nothing to do with that. He wants to play baseball. And injuries in sports, it stinks when you get injured. Jacob deGrom is one of the most electric pitchers in this game the game's ever seen when he's healthy. So he's dominating. I know Bruce Bochy and the boys want him on that mound. I think he can help this team, obviously healthy. I want to see him post up for 32 starts this year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, how great would that be to just see him go out there and make every start that is asked? I just think, what he's gone through to do that.
Went through that.
To do that once, to have to go through that whole thing again, the mental grind of what that takes. And one guy who went through it once, Justin Verlander, to me, I think that this is the perfect place for him. I think San Francisco is a great ballpark. It's a great division to pitch in, although you're going to face some very tough lineups, but he still runs it up there in the mid-90s. You know, the pitchability with him, his ability to change speeds and cut it and that curveball and yada, 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 and just his knowledge of everything. I think that he is going to have a really good year out there in San Francisco, and I think that he's going to look like him, a version of himself. Maybe not quite what we were used to, but a really good version.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, you're talking about, 8 Cy Youngs between all 3 of those guys?
Is that unbelievable? Yeah.
And you can't buy those at the local sporting goods, by the way. They don't give those away.
Nope.
I saw one on eBay, actually.
Cashing all my points.
On Saturday at Dodger Stadium, we are going to see Roki Sasaki on the mound, which is so exciting. Baseball's #1 prospect going against the Tigers' Reese Olson. Reminder, Sasaki's just 23 years old. Meanwhile, on Sunday at the Rogers Center, Tomoyuki Sugano going against Chris Bassett. And Sugano, he's 35, pitched 12 seasons in Japan. So I'm going to ask you guys, this is kind of tough. Which Japanese star is more important to their team? Is it Sugano or is it Sasaki?
I'm going to say Sasaki. I just think the fact that the reason I say this is, one, if he can continue to improve and pitch well, there's less pressure as to when you want to bring Ohtani on. You can kind of ease into that. And this is a young kid who over in Japan, that's an immense amount of pressure. You got to remember, he just left. It's not like the other guys who already left for a little bit and then go back there. He just left this offseason, and in front of his home country on that stage, fastball command was a tick off. You know, he's not pinpoint with his fastball command, but when that comes and he has command of that, with that split and his other pitches, his slider and his curveball, this guy is filthy. He throws 100 miles an hour, and I think that he can all of a sudden just be one of those guys, not only as a Rookie of the Year candidate, but pop up in there in that all-star type ability because of the stuff behind his arm.
Yeah, they're so deep, the Dodgers. I'm going to go with Sugano because when you're looking at a veteran that's played 12 years in Japan, and he's won an MVP, if not 3 of them. He has just been lights out over there. Now he's going to be over here in the States, right? You're going to be over here like, okay. Last year, though, he's 15-3 with a 1.67 ERA and 24 starts. Won the Japanese Cy Young award. And you know what? That's the second time he's won that award, but he's got 92 fastball, cutter, slider, splitter, sinker, curve, the whole situation. So there's a whole package that we all see over here, but usually there's a pause and there's stuff, and I'm excited to see him. And if he is somewhat who he is over there, yeah, the Baltimore Orioles got somebody electric.
Yeah, no doubt.
We get to do some Ryan's highlights.
Oh, Jeff Garland, I know you're still watching this. This was your idea, pal. Austin Wells, look at that. Not just homers on opening day. He spits at fastballs down in the dirt. That's right. Taking a quick. You notice that mustache? Look at that mustache. That thing's unbelievable. Up next, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. swings and misses a pitch from Caleb Thebar. Oh my goodness! After that, I gotta call timeout. And guess what? Nothing like a stretch party. That's right. We got a little extra time. I see you stretching PCA.
Yeah.
It's gonna get dangerous out there. Oh boy, off to Kansas City, and Hunter Gaddis looks in from the mound with an 0-2 count. What does he say?
What?
Just inside! Just a little bit inside! Licks his fingers for a little extra grip on that next one. Off to San Diego, Manny Machado on second after a double, but he's over encumbered out there with all of his equipment. What do I do? Where do I put this? Can I get another wrist guard?
What?
Holy cow, that's enough swag! Oh, Jack Fraley working on that hairdo. I get it, Jack. I feel you now.
Oh, that looks good,
I
though.
never had to do that stuff before, but now I can. That's right. A few more important things than looking good on open day. That's right. Maybe a knock will help
Perfectly
too.
slick back.
Hey, the tighter the bun, the likelier the run. That's what he said. And in Miami, the Marlins dugout watches as Paul Skeens deals to Griffin Conine. Conine fouls one off down and away to the first base side. Hey, you got to make contact.